Other news at this hour, South Africa will join the global community to celebrate World Tourism Day. It's all happening at Constitutional Hill in Johannesburg today. Let's cross to Simphiwe Ngcongwane, of course, for more on this. Sims, good morning. It's World Tourism Day. Lots of things happening. Tell us about what the activities planned here in South Africa, perhaps at Constitutional Hill. You're just a stone throw away from us.
Indeed, absolutely. A very good morning to you, Liesl, and a very warm welcome to Constitution Hill in Johannesburg. So today, as we've mentioned, the world is gathering to celebrate World Tourism Day, which is a moment really to reflect on how travel and tourism is shaping economies, on how travel and tourism is also building and connecting communities. So here in South Africa, tourism is not just leisure. It is, in fact, a very powerful economic engine that brings in billions of rand to the country's GDP. So today, or rather this year's theme is tourism and sustainable transformation, which is a call really to all of us, from the policymakers to the public office bearers to the tour operators to the owners of hospitality establishments in the different sectors of the economy, to rethink how we could make tourism an inclusive industry that is both resilient and as well as future focused. And speaking of being resilient, and we know that South Africa is currently at a crossroads. I mean, we are blessed with flora and fauna, we're blessed with natural beauty, the heritage sites, and as well as the melting pots of diverse cultures. But we face deeper challenges, such as climate change, which is threatening our coastlines, and of course, a deeper challenge to empower our local communities to ensure that tourism is accessible to all. So today we're coming to you live from the Constitution Hill, which in itself is a tourism heritage site endorsed by the World Tourism Council, and we'll be in conversation with quite a number of people from a diverse guest list, from the Johannesburg Tourism Board to the SA Tourism Board, and as well as Gauteng Tourism. And later on, we'll be in conversation with Minister Patricia de Lille. And as you know, that today's event comes hot on the heels of the G20 Ministers for Tourism, which was held in Skukuza in Mbombela. So this morning, I'm joined by the chairperson of the Johannesburg Tourism Board, Ms. Nandipa. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and a warm welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Simphiwe, and the listeners at home.
It's an absolute pleasure and joy to have you join us this morning. And we're coming to you from Johannesburg. I mean, Joburg is a gateway to Africa, but how do you ensure as the board that, you will lead in terms of, tourism being sustainable for the country and inclusive and accessible to all communities?
Thank you for that question, Simphiwe. In fact, Johannesburg Tourism is entrusted with the responsibility of being a destination manager on behalf of the city of Johannesburg. Yeah. Part of its mandate is to ensure that we attract domestic tourism and allow South Africans to experience and explore their country, and also to be able to build communities and get an inclusive space of tourism where there is inclusivity, there is economic growth, there's job creation, and there's sustainability through the supporting of the SMMEs in and around Johannesburg.
And when you speak of Johannesburg, it's not really well spoken of in terms of service delivery of basic services that has led to, most Joburg residents emigrating and semigrating to different parts of the country and different parts of the world. And Joburg faces infrastructural challenges such as water scarcity, unreliable electricity. So how do you as the board balance that reality with how you will make Joburg an attractive place to be visited?
Look, it's actually a catch-22 situation. Johannesburg is the largest city in the country. Yeah. It is the continent's economic hub as well as the cultural hub. So you attract a lot of diverse communities, people coming to Johannesburg because it's a place of dream, it's a place of opportunity. But with that comes the challenges of infrastructure, sustainability, and also to be able to provide the services. We are excited because there is currently the Presidential Intervention Team on Johannesburg, which is working on revitalizing the inner city, building new communities, and ensuring that there is sustainability and service delivery to the people of Johannesburg. That committee works very closely with the municipality and entities like ourselves to ensure that spaces like Cornhill, spaces like the Art Gallery, spaces like Soweto, Alexandra, all the communities that are within and around Johannesburg, they benefit to this freedom. They benefit to everything that the municipality and the government is to provide. So there is work that is being done. We are excited about it. We have started to see the changes. We're even excited that Johannesburg is actually the city that will be hosting the G20 summit, which to me says it's a vote of confidence, and it also says not all is lost in Johannesburg. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And I hear you talk about, benefiting the communities. And there's one of the biggest critiques, of course, is the fact that communities are excluded in terms of beneficiation. How do you respond to that call? Because the communities feel that as the residents, other residents from other provinces are prioritized in terms of getting a piece of the pie.
One of the achievements of JTC in this current financial year is that we have been able to support at least about 370 SMMEs through tourism activities. We have been able to support young people and train them in tourism sector skills, about 176 of them. There are also opportunities for EPWPs. There are tourism ambassadors that are being developed and trained through JTC programs. So it's not completely inclusive, but it's not completely exclusive. There is room to improve, but I can say that it is a city, it is an entity in the right direction.
All right, Chairperson, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us. That is the Chairperson of Johannesburg Board, Tourism Board, and speaking to us about how they're trying to make, tourism here in the province much more inclusive, because she did allude to the fact that in as much as it is not completely inclusive, but it's not as exclusive as has been debated on. So we'll be having conversations with more guests a little later, but for now, let me take it back to studio.